All right, let's dive into a massive shift that's happening in, well, pretty much every workplace right now. The conversation is no longer about if we should use AI. That ship has sailed. The real question now is how do we use it well? And maybe more importantly, how can we actually prove that we're using it well? Because by 2026, this isn't going to be a nice to have. It's going to be absolutely essential. This quote right here, it just nails the problem. The whole honeymoon phase with AI is officially over. And now leaders are staring down this really tricky new reality. They've got teams where some people are AI wizards and others are just starting out. And all the old ways of managing and measuring performance just don't work anymore. That's the messy, complicated challenge we're going to unpack. So you might be thinking, okay, what's the big deal? We've rolled out new software before. But here's the thing. AI isn't just another tool. The way to think about it is that it's created a totally new operating condition for work. And you can't navigate it with the old maps. You need a completely new mental model. And this slide introduces what I think is a brilliant analogy to really get this shift. For decades, work has been like rowing. You're in calm, predictable waters. Success is all about individual strength, being disciplined, and everyone sticking to the plan. But AI has basically thrown all of us into a whitewater raft. The conditions are chaotic, they're unpredictable. Your individual strength suddenly matters a lot less than the team's ability to see what's coming and coordinate in a split second. The focus isn't on the plan anymore. It's all about how fast you can recover when you inevitably hit a rock. And this visual really drives the point home. All those management playbooks we've spent our careers learning, they were designed for the rowing boat, for stability, for calm waters. But in these crazy AI-fueled rapids, those playbooks aren't just a little outdated. They're actually dangerous. They set you up to fail. We need a whole new set of skills to get through this.
And look, this isn't some far-off, we'll deal with it later kind of problem. There is a very real clock ticking. A few powerful forces are all converging to create a hard deadline for getting this right, and that deadline is 2026.
This timeline shows you exactly how we got here. Think back to 2024. That was the Wild West, right? Enthusiastic adoption, tools everywhere, not a lot of rules. Then came 2025, and we all started to feel the hangover. That's what we call the capability gap, where you see inconsistent work, people getting lazy about checking facts, and all these hidden risks bubbling up. But 2026, that's the real inflection point. That's when three massive forces crash together and make waiting and seeing totally impossible. Okay, force number one, the regulators are coming. All over the world, governments are tightening the rules on AI. And they're not interested in hearing that you have good intentions or a nice-looking policy document anymore. They want proof. They want to see demonstrable evidence of competence. That means you have to be able to show them with data that your people know how to use these tools safely and responsibly. Force number two is your auditors, both the ones inside and outside your company. They're getting way smarter and asking much tougher questions. You can't just show them your training course completion rates. They want to see behavioral data. They're asking, point blank, that's great you trained them, but how do you know they're actually ready? They want to see the proof in the pudding. And the third and final force is that the C-suite is now wide awake to the massive risk here. This isn't some fun little experiment in a corner of the company anymore. One single AI-assisted mistake, one bad report, one weird email to a customer can blow up into a full-blown PR nightmare, trigger a regulatory investigation, and have huge financial consequences. The stakes have gotten incredibly high, incredibly fast. Okay, so we're in the whitewater, the clock is ticking, the pressure is on. What do we actually do? Well, the solution isn't just to throw more training at people. The real first step is to start measuring what actually matters, which turns out to be a whole new kind of core competency. And this right here is the billion-dollar question. Think about it. AI is starting to collapse the value of a lot of individual skills. I mean, when almost anyone can draft a legal brief or write code or analyze a spreadsheet in seconds, what's the thing that makes you valuable? It's the collaboration. It's that delicate dance between human judgment and the machine's power. But how on earth do you measure that? That's the puzzle every single organization has to solve right now. This table just lays out the difference perfectly. For years, we've been tracking things that are easy to track, right? Like training completions or how many people are using a tool. But those things tell you nothing about actual skill. They measure activity, not quality. A new baseline, which is what this PAICE score is all about, measures what really matters. How do your people behave when the pressure is on? How good are they at checking the AI's work? Can they spot an error? And more importantly, can they fix it? And this is where the solution comes into the picture, a framework called PAICE. It's been designed specifically for this problem, to give you that objective, defensible way to measure how good your people are at working with AI. And hey, first things first, let's just get the name right. It's pronounced PACE. Super simple, like keeping pace with change, which is exactly what this is all about. Okay, so what is a PACE score exactly? Here's the textbook definition. It's a defensible, objective measurement. And those two words are so important. Defensible means you can stand by it when an auditor or a regulator asks questions. Objective means it's based on what people actually do, not just what they say they can do. It's a real score for a person's or a team's real ability to work with AI. PACE breaks this really complex skill into 5 clear measurable parts. It kicks off with P for performance. Pretty simple. Can you actually get high-quality results? Then A for accountability. Do you own the work? Do you check what the AI gives you? I is for integrity. Are you using these powerful tools ethically? C is for collaboration. How good are you at being part of that human-machine team? And finally, E for evolution. Are you getting better? Are you learning? Are you adapting as the tech changes? You put those 5 together, and you get a really complete picture of someone's readiness. So what's the real bottom line here? Look, getting a solid PACE baseline for your teams isn't just some boring compliance task to keep the auditors happy. It's actually one of the smartest, most powerful strategic advantages your company can build for the future. When you boil it all down, every leader is facing this choice right now. There are 2 paths. Path A is being proactive. You measure your team's capability first. You understand where your risks are, and then you scale up AI with confidence. Path B is the reactive path. You just deploy the tools everywhere and hope for the best, and then you scramble to clean up the mess after something inevitably goes wrong. Heading into 2026, only one of those is a winning strategy. I absolutely love this quote. It's the kind of thing you could walk right into a boardroom with. Anyone can buy the same AI tools as you. Your competitors have access to the same tech. The tools themselves are just a cost of doing business. But building a measurable, proven, high-performing capability for people and AI to work together, that is a deep, strong, competitive advantage. That's your moat. And it's incredibly hard for anyone else to copy. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one question. Think about your own company, your own team, as you're heading into 2026. Are you guys still acting like a rowing team, assuming the water is going to stay calm and the old plans will work? Or are you getting ready for the rapids? Are you building the awareness, the coordination, the skills you need to navigate the chaos ahead? Because honestly, the answer to that question is going to decide who wins and who loses in the next decade.